it's about getting your head around the fact that, when the rest of the world works in that 8 hour slot, is actually that 8 hours. If you try and fit yourself in that slot, you're probably only going to achieve probably 4 or 5 hours of actual effective work. And understanding that that there's no worry about just doing it for 5 hours and the other 3 hours off doing other stuff and not feeling guilty that you're not.
Yeah, and I think to come back to your point earlier, you talked something about, I can't remember what you talked about that's making me take here, but workplace adjustments that are really useful where they're possible is, I think, sometimes it feels a bit punitive to me when workplaces are really insistent on hours when it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I work for myself now, is because the 9 to 5 just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But what I notice is, outside of my talking therapy, I've got all my other duties. The talking bit's probably only about 50% of what I do, and then I've got my admin and all of the other stuff that comes along. The admin I can do in half the time of what it should take, but I have to do it in those windows that work for me. Otherwise, it will take me triple the time.
Yeah.
So it's really
and if you miss that window,
acknowledging
all of a sudden it's
it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
And then it's like that millstone, which then demotivates further. And just being kind, just being kind about that, it works.
Yeah, and I think what I've found as well is understanding that if you've had a couple of really heavy days, like with with work that you do and some stuff that I'm doing as well, understanding that after a couple of those days, you do need a sort of reduce workload, and actually taking a couple of hours to just do nothing sometimes can be more of more use than trying to push through with stuff, and just being gentle with yourself.
And the other thing to that point is, you're allowed to make mistakes.